Nigeria's population estimates is now over 193 million, according to the latest official figures from the National Bureau of Statistics. The 2017 demographic statistics released in 2018 states that Kano and Lagos states are the most densely populated states in Nigeria. While this figure is projected to continue to rise and new births are received daily, the housing situation in the country becomes more worrisome. The federal government says about 3,000 to 6,000 units of houses are under construction across Nigeria. Recently, at an event, Nigeria's former UN Permanent Representative and Under-Secretary General, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, said that the challenges inhibiting delivery of affordable housing in Nigeria include land, technology, expert knowledge, and skilled manpower, building materials, infrastructure, and finance. While these are being looked into, the rate of collapse of structures already built by individuals is alarming across Nigeria. According to the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, a total of 54 buildings collapsed across the country between 2012 and 2016. Lives are undoubtedly involved when this happens. Though collapse of buildings is a universal problem that has eaten deep into the fabrics of the construction industry, of which very little has been done to curb the menace. The incessant collapse of buildings in Nigeria is a major concern not only to the professionals that are associated with construction industry, but also to the clients and the eventual users. For instance, Lagos Island is notorious for congestion and bad building plans, a situation that has affected the original plan and beauty of the old Lagos community. It's another building collapse in this community, almost noted for this kind of scenario. A three-story building housing a nursery and primary school, residential and shops caves in the morning. Children and adults are trapped.
Well, rescue operation effort is being put together, and you can see we have the LASEMA and paramedics and the security, and of course we cannot take away the activities of the boys of the area. They were the first contacts of rescue, and I can say that about 24 survivors have been rescued, and we are having 9 dead, mostly children. And we must also state that LASCA, the Lagos State Building Control Agency, has been apt in doing this. But then you know about people, they are resistant to development. But as a government, we will also not allow that. And it's unfortunate that this happened today. In this vicinity, this neighborhood, 3 other such buildings have been sealed by LASCA with the collaboration effort of the council. And we will not stop. It's quite unfortunate today. It's an old building, no doubt about that. With the information I gather, it's well over 30 years, I believe more than. And it has not actually shown vibration before now. If not, we will have known this, and it came down. Quite unfortunately, it's the first floor sank, and it had a school, nursery school, and that's why we have so much children.
It did not collapse like that in a straight way. It didn't start from back. So I believe from the 3rd floor, the thing fell back So third floor, which was the school and the penthouse. So the thing fell back. So I have the second floor and the first floor with the 3 shops at the front sinks down, while the students are at the back and the penthouse.
Emergency response is swift. Some lives are rescued.
A builder, the professional builders role comes to questions. I'm on the board of the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, the regulatory body that ensures that building construction does not deviate from due process. And we have an embarrassment here. Our professionalism is being questioned here. But let the public know that no professional builder was involved in this construction. I've been a student of Lagos Island construction all over the years. For many years, this is a project I've been handling. This is a problem I've been studying for years. And I've been working out solutions to this problem of frequent collapse of building on Lagos Island. Number one, this was not a simple building. It was a building of 5 stories with a penthouse.
We were told 3.
Not 3 building, not 3-story building, because it was higher than this one by 1 floor. The Nigeria error was that an upstairs, ground floor and upper floors was being regarded as a story building, where it was obvious that the building collapsed as a result of substandard construction, non-compliance with the regulation. This building was developed by developers, the local developers, who are mostly quacks, some years back, and after some years, handed over to the owners of this building. So, and their basic intention was profiteering, because they will approach a family that, let me reconstruct your building, and after some years, it will revert to you. And that questions the government's preparedness to introduce mortgage system in Nigeria.
The building over there, which is that school, that building is not good. One, what I suggested for our incoming governor is that anytime, any day, anybody that comes to the Alausa for approval of any school or whatsoever, or what they should do, they should make sure they monitor the school. After the monitoring of that school, and they should start going all about for reference to know that all the schools in Lagos State as a whole, it's not that maybe people that are coming over there, after tipping them, they will not come back again. That is what is really happening in Lagos.
Efforts at rescuing more continues for over 48 hours when rescue mission ends.
The building has already been extracted. They should have been demolished this building for a long time, but I don't know what is keeping the state orders waiting. I don't know why. Look at it now. The students of this, many people are in the building. They are young children, and many of them now, some have already passed away, and some are still alive.
Lagos Island frequently witnesses building collapse. Houses in part of the state have been built for many years, but are mostly rehabilitated and given facelifts. while the condition of the structures continue to weaken without much attention paid to them. So far, a number of buildings have collapsed on Lagos Island. In year 2000, Suenu Street on Lagos Island witnessed a collapse. Elias Street in 2004, Princess Street in 2005, NIDB Building on Broad Street in 2006, Adam Street in 2006, Idumagbo Avenue also in 2006, Idumagbo Street and Pedro Street on the same day in 2003, a 4-story building in Idumota on July 5 in 2011, a 3-story building collapsed on Adeniji Adele in Itafaji area of Lagos Island in 2012. A 3-story building collapsed also on Dadi Aladija Street, Okeari, in Lagos Island. 2-story building collapsed at Olushi Street, also on Lagos Island. In 2017, a 3-story building collapsed on number 9 Dadi Alaja, Idumota. A 3-story residential building located at Swam Street, Odonfa, also collapsed in 2015. A 4-story building collapsed on Massey Street in 2017, and another 3-story building on Massey Street on March 13, 2019.
This area will be undergoing a lot of integrity tests with the buildings in this neighborhood. And as you can see, some of them have been marked for demolition. We get resistance from landlords, but we must continue to save life, and we will intensify our efforts to see that those that have failed our integrity test, we will make sure that they are quickly evacuated and we bring these structures down. All I want to say is I appeal to all people in this area to give our rescue operators.
This order by the Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode at the scene of the recently collapsed 3-story building is activated. Just one push from the sledgehammer and the walls shatter, exposing the weakness of the structures. The demolition is manually done. According to the Building Control Agency in the state, the use of heavy-duty equipment here will affect other buildings as structures are closely built.
We feel that this structure might come down as soon as possible, and that's why we have to bring it down today. The Excellency has given us a directive to go ahead and remove almost over 80 structures in Lagos Island within before the end of the month, and we're trying to do them in phases. For today, we are removing 3. And I assure you that life will be better for Lagosians, and the security and the safety of Lagosians is eminent in the heart of His Excellency. There is actually a lot of legal tussles, that relates to demolitions. There are so much cases in court. For this one, we just had the clearance from the court to remove it last week, and that's why we are moving it right away. When we leave here, we're moving to Smith. We're also moving to Palm Church and Adeniji Adele. We have actually marked over 20 structures within the Adeniji Adele access for removal, and we're going to do it as soon as possible. It's an order from His Excellency, and it has to be obeyed.
Some of the affected buildings have been marked for demolition a few years ago, but not touched.
The building was marked for the past 10 years, but during the period of former governor of Lagos State, Raji Fashola. When he came along this place, for that fateful Friday, he came to worship at the mosque. So when he was going, over this building in this condition, I'm instantly given instruction for the building to build down. But being the owner is just he's a former politician too. He goes about it, and they brought a vibrator. They said the house and said the house is in good condition. And that was why this building is still up to this date.
You have been given adequate notices, demolition, contravention notice, letters to carry out the NTD, non-destructive tests, foundation probing, series of notices. And that is why we've not been able to remove it for a long time. It's been there for over a year.
Perhaps another challenge for the building agency. Even though these buildings on Apatira have been marked for demolition, Residents are only moving out at the sound of the sledgehammer. As the walls go down, residents try to revolt.
We accept to break the house down, but they should give us more time because nobody knows just to park because we don't have anywhere to go for now.
I'm crying aloud. Houses are suffering. You just come here and start breaking our house. There is property inside. There is children inside. I'm crying aloud. People are suffering. We are voting for you. Still, you are waiting so.
We are the citizens of this country. Government should provide for us. They didn't notify us before. Because they have demolished another place. Now government have come to enforce us to come out. It's not done. It's not the right thing to do.
What we're trying to do is try to evacuate the occupants of most of the structures that are imminent to collapse. And we're trying as much as possible to do that. Although you can see that in the neighborhood, people are actually recalcitrant. If you move out of here today and we don't remove this one, before you know it, they are back to the building. And we're trying as much as possible. We're putting security in place that no occupants, no life will be lost in Lagos anymore, no more.